Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Myself Manoj Reddy. Through this video, I will be talking about myself, my UPSC journey, and the reason for starting this channel, and the mistakes and lack of guidance which I had during my preparation. So, without delaying much, I started my preparation back in 2017, and since then I have given a total of 9 attempts. In that, 6 attempts was CSE and 3 IFoS. Out of that, I cleared 3 IFoS prelims. That was 22, 23, and 25. In 2024, I missed the cutoff by 0.6 marks, and I have cleared IFoS mains twice, and in total I've written 5 mains including CSE. And now talking about the journey in detail. So when I started my attempts from 2017, the first 2 attempts I studied very hard, and treated this exam like a college exam. So as a result, I didn't clear the prelims. So then from third attempt onwards, something changed. It was not intelligence or nor adding more hours, but understanding. As a result, I crossed GM cutoff in prelims paper 1 every time from here, from 2019 till 2025. And then since 2022, I started giving IFoS prelims, only IFoS. The reason behind that is since I had limited attempts, I had already exhausted 5 CSE attempts by 2021, and so I wanted to give one CSE attempt very seriously. So as a result, I kept on giving only IFoS since 2022. And 2025, I gave both CSE as well as IFS. And in IFS, I went on till interview, and I couldn't clear the final list. Thus, I exhausted all my attempts, and this is where I am to talk about various facets of this examination. The honest reflection from my journey is that it was not always the number of hours. I was always putting in time. It was not about the books, because the resources were always there, and it was not about choosing optional also, because subject choice was not an issue, but it was the right approach, the right guidance, the right framework. Nobody told me how UPSC actually works, how to think in the examination hall, what to prioritize, and that is what costs me so many years. And I believe that UPSC can be cleared in one dedicated and honest attempt. So this realization came after close to 10 years of preparation. Right. So that is not because of lack of efforts. That generally why people take more number of attempts, or lack of intelligence, as we had discussed. Because most of the aspirants work genuinely hard. It is never an issue. Nor exam does not test brilliance. So it tests specific approach, right? It is mainly because the lack of proper guidance. So nobody sits with you down and says, here is exactly what went wrong. Fix this. That is the difference between clearing in 1 attempt and 9 attempts. Right. So 3 lessons which I've learned from total of 9 attempts, as we had discussed, 3 plus 6, are: first, prelims is not only a knowledge test, it is a thinking test. Not what you think, but how to eliminate and how to reason under pressure. This is a learnable skill. You and me can learn the skill. So knowledge is not the power, but clarity is the power. So this is a quote which has been told by Ravindran sir. So who was the head of Vajiram Interview. So the second learning is the examination hall is a separate preparation. That is, in the examination hall, the clock will be ticking. So generally, there are situations where we blank out, and we have that negative marking fear. These need their own preparation. Nobody talks about this, but I will. Then the third learning. So guidance is missing variable. So aspirants on 5th, 6th, 7th attempts are not less smart. They just never get honest feedback after one attempt on what to fix. And talking about the purpose of this channel, yes, I want to be the guidance I never had. Okay, so through this channel, so I would talk about the approach, how we should approach the GS paper 1, what to study, what to skip, how to think and how to eliminate in the examination hall, how to handle negative marking without fear, the mindset, what goes on inside your head during those 2 hours, then smart revision, what works, what wastes time, and in entirety I'll talk about various facets of CSE and IFoS specific guidance, be it at prelims level, mains level, or interview. I want you to treat this YouTube channel as a community, because UPSC journey is long and it can get lonely. So people around you love you, but they don't understand what you have gone through. They don't understand why you still study at midnight, why you cancel the family function, and why you go quiet every time results is announced, why some days you can barely open the book. So, but I understand. I have lived every version of that. This channel is a space where you feel seen. Just one person who genuinely wants to give back. So, few people might think, why suddenly I've started to talk about prelims and various stages? That to just 10 days before the examination. The reasons for the same are, I was waiting for IFoS final results, which was announced recently. Obviously, I did not make into the list. And this last 10 days is crucial, not to read anything new, but to make your mindset in such a way that you'll be ready to face the examination on the D-Day. And so the basic tenets of prelims examination. What are the do's and don'ts, which I'll be shortly talking in upcoming videos. Do's and don'ts. And the common mistakes which aspirants commit on day of the examination. So finally, my attempts are over. But your journey, if you're watching this, is still very much alive. So you deserve guidance that is honest, that is real. So guidance from someone who has stood exactly where you are standing. Right. So my journey with UPSC ended at the last attempt stage. Our journey together starts today. Jai Hind.